This is Index Office Hours, where we discuss all the most important and relevant topics for indexes. As a reminder, this conversation is recorded and posted onto public channels like YouTube. So if you are concerned about privacy, please bear that in mind. Also, let's change the order a bit, so keeping you guys on your toes. This is a conversation. We do love participation. So especially for today's conversation, it's going to be more of an open discussion between all of us as indexers. So I'd love to make it a dynamic one. So if you would like to get involved in today's conversation, please do via voice or text. And if you're having any challenges with your microphone, please let me know and I'll get that sorted for you. And with that, let's get into today's agenda. So news update. 𝗨𝗀𝗧𝗂 is going to be on a little bit of a hiatus, so I have been asked to remove them from the opening remarks section. So we will be swiftly moving on to That's a shame. I'm gonna miss the mispronunciation of names and just the good vibes that came from that section there. What am I gonna do? No more check. Yeah, I know. Yeah. You still have the agenda links that you can post, which you're doing a fantastic job of. But yeah, unfortunately, no 𝗨𝗧𝗂𝗧 episodes. My hope is that they come back at some point. I hope that Nick figures the stuff out there, because we obviously do love 𝗨𝗧𝗂𝗧 episodes for the actual episodes, but also for the funny name pronunciation segment of IOH. But here we are. Okay, so that's that, and now I'll hand over to Anna for our regularly scheduled report watch section.
Thank you, and hello everyone. Okay, so report watch today. Starting with execution layer clients, we have had one too many releases from READ. So starting with the least recent one, so 1.3.5, which is a patch release that addresses some RPC related fixes and includes essential updates for the upcoming OP stack, 𝗨𝘀𝗲𝗂 hard fork. There are some more important revisions that are being made, but users can update to this release. This is a yellow indication, so not necessarily urgent to upgrade. Then we have version 1.3.6, which contains a critical bug causing block verification failures. So what's important here is that you should not upgrade this version. So for READ, you should skip version 1.3.6 and instead upgrade to 1.3.7. However, if you have used this version, you should make sure to upgrade as soon as possible to 1.3.7. Then we have 1.3.8, which is a patch release that so 1.3.7 fixes a critical bug from 1.3.6 and it's a critical upgrade. Then we have 1.3.8, which is a patch release that includes several RPC fixes, including improvements to 𝗨𝗀𝗪 trace filter and OP stacks transaction forwarding. This is a low impact update, so no urgent fixes required. Then on Firehose Ethereum, we have release 2.11.5, which updates substreams to 1.15.2 and fixes a critical bug in the quick save feature, which previously produced incorrect block hashes. This again is a critical bug which should be upgraded to immediately. Then on consensus layer clients, we have 𝗨𝗂𝗂, which is release number 24.4.0, recommended for all testnets and includes some bug fixes and performance enhancements. Mainnet users are not required to update immediately, but should consider doing so for improved performance. And then finally, on the graph stack, we have a new release from Indexer Service. This is the TypeScript version. Can you still hear me okay?
Not only
Yes,
can we
better than
still
before.
hear you, okay, but yeah, exactly. I was going to say much better than before.
Okay, oh, that's interesting. My headphones died even though they were fully charged, so fun. Okay, so no new release on indexer service TypeScript. So this is 0.23.4, which removes complex cost model support and replaces hard-coded network lists with a network registry for improved code flexibility. And there's additional documentation here. And this is a low priority, so you don't need to upgrade immediately. Those were, AirPods. Correct. And this is all I have for this week. So over to you, Juan.
Thanks, Anna. Okay, getting into Protocol Watch, we have a few things to cover. First of all, formal governance as always. We have essentially the same things to discuss, which are the GDR 29 to 32. 29 being the one with the lengthy discussion regarding, potential issues with the RPC or, underlying issues rather than, causing a difference in POI and actually a deterministic error before the, quote unquote consensus deterministic error. It is quite interesting. So if you're interested in those things, GDR 29 is the one that's, quite interesting to look at. 30 to 32 are essentially the same issue across different subgraphs, which is an indexer that's closing with a non-valid POI and issues with syncing. So this has, some precedents before. The same indexer did the exact same thing. So we're trying to figure out why he's not fixing, this behavior. Yeah, we're waiting on a response, so not a lot to update on that front. We don't have anything to update on the forum research either. And for the contracts repository, there are a few things regarding, refactoring the SK, implementing indexing agreements, migrating to PNPM, and some post-audit changes that are, non-solidity, that are on open PRs or merged PRs like integration testing. For the network subgraph, we don't have any new updates. And yeah, that's pretty much all for Protocol Watch. I think Kate's here, so should I send it to her and, to Project Watch, or am I missing something?
No, you nailed it. But she did say that she's gotta go take her dog for a walk. So she may
whoops.
be. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Is she here? Are you here, Kate? Just confirm if you're on the line. If not, then yeah, she's probably out with a dog. Okay, cool. Well, just before we, well, I can maybe speak to her update. So she says here that the updates on the upgrade indexer support are the following. Rewards are live for Sonic, OP Cepholia, and Base Cepholia, and the coordination info can be found in the link that she posted, which I will link to as well, just so you can find the comment. She says that they're investigating POI issues with Cepholia and Chapel, I think is how you pronounce that. So TBC, I guess wait for an update on that. And then finally, she mentioned that they were moving. The dog is going for a walk, Vince. That's what he's doing. That's a good one. So as for Moonbeam, Marc-Andre mentioned that he had some issues, as well as other indexes, and they surfaced that to the Moonbeam team. They did a bit of back and forth. It looks like there's some issues that still need to be addressed by subgraph developers, and she's going to share more details on that. Any more updates, Marc-Andre, on the Moonbeam issue, seeing as there was some back and forth that was being done between you and the Kate, and the Moonbeam team? Maybe you can share some updates with the indexes while you're here, in case you have anything.
Yeah, of course, but I think that what Kate wrote basically sums it up. There's some issues with some past block that were not able to query or to call correctly. And basically the recommendation from the Moonbeam developers is that just to stop querying these blocks or stop calling these contracts, which is not an option for when it comes to indexing subgraphs. So it will be up to the subgraph developers to deploy new versions that will, I don't know exactly what it can do, but basically avoid these blocks where there's missing information or incompatibilities. It's a bit unfortunate because older version of the Moonbeam client was able to support them, and that somehow broke at some point. So that explains why the upgrade indexers is able to index at least one of these subgraph because they initially synced using an older version. But yeah, that's unfortunate. But I'd like to mention that the Moonbeam team was very responsive to handle this thing here. It's really refreshing. Not many chains provide this level of support. But they're doing it, so that's great. It's just that unfortunate that they were not able to provide a solution to index this old data.
Got it. Yeah, they seem to be a pretty responsive team, so it's good to hear that that's the case. And yeah, hopefully that gets sorted there. Okay, thanks so much for the update. Really appreciate that. Okay, so now we will move on into the network watch section for today. So we were going to have another team join us today, Rootstock, but there were some scheduling clashes, unfortunately, so we couldn't make it happen. So I've kind of switched into Network Watch today. So I'm going to do a quick refresher on what Network Watch is, how it works. It is going to be slightly unorthodox because the main characters outside of just me are not here, and they are very useful in this conversation. And I kind of had to do this last minute, so let's see if we can make this work. But let me just go ahead and share my screen, and then walk through the share this window. You should see Discord Inception. Is that what everyone is seeing? I can't see it, so if people can give me feedback, that'd be great. Yeah, Discord Inception. Can we see it? I think I can see it too. Just confirm if everyone else can see it as well. Yeah. Yep. Okay. How about my slides? Can you see my slides? And I can't see the chat, so please someone just say like yes. Yes, no, maybe so. Nope, just Discord. Okay. I seem to have shared incorrectly, so let me go ahead and reshare. Okay. Streaming channel, show me the video. Make this selection. Share the entire screen. Okay. Didn't work a couple of times, but now I can see Discord. Okay. Okay. Can you guys see my screen now? You should be able to. There should be Discord. Just give me some feedback. That would be great. I see people typing. Yeah, Discord. How about now? Can you give me a confirmation you can see my screen?
Yes, we see it.
Yeah, okay, perfect. Amazing. Thanks. Technology is tricky, so just want to make sure that we're all good on that front. So this agenda has already been shared. We've already mentioned this at iWitch, so we're going to quickly just run through it. Idea behind Network Watch is to create a space where we can have a discussion about QoS and look at certain metrics for the overall network and discuss them in detail, as well as identify problematic subgraphs that we think have, that we know have poor QoS, based on customer feedback, as well as like you guys dealing with these subgraphs, and then as well as index edge node, and you guys, the index community, we can kind of and subgraph developers, we can figure out these issues. So so the format is we review the dashboard metrics, which are still being built out. We're going to have the GraphSeer team with us next week to talk through some of the metrics on GraphSeer and just kind of go into detail there more, which is going to be pretty exciting. And then we're going to focus on specific subgraphs that we've highlighted, and I've got a couple right now to share, and then we just kind of dig into it and talk through it. So that's that. Okay. Oh, Kate's back. Before we go deeper to Network Watch, do you want to? I did read out your updates there, but if you want to share some additional context, Kate, feel free to.
Sure thing. Yeah, sorry about that. I have a senior dog, and she's a bit demanding at times. But yeah, we had rewards go live last week. I shared in the Indexer channel for Sonic, Optimism 𝗨𝗂𝗂 𝗡𝗨𝗂. I did share the link up there that has subgraph support. And I know that Ali from EdgeNode has been sharing curation updates in the Indexer channel. There's ongoing POI investigations with 𝗨𝗨𝗂 and 𝗨𝗂𝗂𝗪. Basically, some differences in POIs with Geth client versus Aragon. At least with 𝗨𝗨𝗂𝗪, I think we saw that as well with 𝗨𝗂𝗪, looking into that to get some more clarity around that. I know a lot of people use Aragon anyway, but we want to kind of understand where that's coming from and why that's happening. I don't know. I know that we had mentioned this, but Marc-Andre had shared things with the Moonbeam team that many of indexers were facing with not being able to index Moonbeam subgraphs, and so it isn't great, but at least there's been some back and forth. I know it's not going to be easy to get in touch with every subgraph developer. I don't know, Marc-Andre, if you want to share more about that. I think you'll be able to better articulate on a technical level and about what indexers are facing and what kind of next steps would need to be. And then, yeah, we've paused on any work on Solana and Near at this point. So we've basically gotten through most of our effort to kind of offload some of the biggest chains from Upgrade Indexer and onto the network. If you're having any issues with supporting any kind of important subgraphs, or there's anything that folks who have committed to supporting these chains are experiencing, let me know if I can help in any way. Yeah, I think we're going to start working on testing Sonium and Berachain, so that'll be upcoming potentially. We should be able to complete testing for IoTeX as well. And also we're going to test, even though CELO already has indexing rewards on the network, they did recently make a switch to becoming an Ethereum L2. So we are going to just do some due diligence and test that new data set that they'll have there and architecture, and provide some documentation for that as well. And that's it.
Gotcha. Marc-Andre has just shared. Do you want to verbalize some of that, Marc-Andre?
Sure. I was just recapping quickly in the chat what I said a little earlier. Is that there's some past blocks that are not queryable, and indexing subgraphs from resyncing subgraphs doesn't appear to be possible. So in some cases, subgraph developers for Moonbeam will have to redeploy the subgraph and find ways around querying these past blocks.
Awesome. So just sharing this subgraph, Derek mentioned in a chat that the upgrade indexer is falling behind on this. Does anyone have, I guess this is probably more directed to you, Kate, do you have any visibility from for this from the upgraded indexer side?
I don't, in 𝗨𝗀𝗃𝗀, we don't run the EdgeNode upgrade indexer, but I'm regularly in touch with their team. I can reach out and see. I know many of them are, they're at a retreat, but I can reach out to the team with this. So you're just saying that this subgraph is falling behind in support. Yeah, I can reach out to them on Slack and see if we can get any action on that. Thank you.
Awesome. I'm just looking at the list of indexers here. We don't have anyone. Is anyone here from the GraphJournals? Representing the GraphJournals indexer. Great to hear from this GraphJournal. Operated by Paine. Okay, so Paine is basically all over this because Paine has got 3 different stake squid indexers and the GraphJournals indexer on this. So Paine isn't here. I guess we could talk about it some other time. I have another subgraph here that I was directed to in terms of sharing. Let me just pull it up. But in the meantime, this one is. Let's have a look. Sun Tzu is on this as well as the upgrade indexer. I remember reading in the chat here that people are looking for more support on this subgraph here So has anyone had a look at this one or have any insights on this particular subgraph, or is anyone looking to support this at some point as well? Or it's just curious to know about if anyone is looking at this particular subgraph. You have a look here. The team has just said that the team behind the subgraph just need more support in terms of reliability. So I'm curious if indexers are looking at this maybe to support. Yeah. Just started thinking that. Okay. Do you want to share as to how it's going? Maybe there's some insights you could share with other people. It would be ideal to get more indexers on this. So just kind of flagging this here in case this is of interest and maybe we can get some more eyes on it. We'll do the same, but best to add curation. Yeah, that was the concern. So there has been a bit of curation added, but I guess more is required. I mean, I'm kind of doing the the role of curation right now, trying to incent people to look at this subgraph. 1500 is a bit low, and that flies under my radar. Yeah, fair enough. Curation markets need a bit of work for sure. Okay, well, let's switch gears. Any particular subgraphs that people are looking at right now they'd like to share with other indexers in terms of perhaps maybe problems that people are facing, and maybe we can try and solve that together in this conversation. I know this is a bit unorthodox in the way of Network Watch. We usually have a bunch of subgraphs from EdgeNode, and they share a bit about those subgraphs, and then we kind of tackle it together, as well as getting the subgraph developer perspective with Derek. But yeah, we're kind of trying to make this work. But yeah, any subgraphs that people are working on that they'd like to discuss. No. Um. Oh. Josh has shared one here. This seems to be the pulsar subgraph. This one seems failed but doesn't report. Oh, that's useful. That's very useful. Can you tell me a bit more about your experience? Are you indexing this particular one? I'd love to hear your perspective on that. Ah, interesting. Oh, that's so useful. I didn't know that. Mm. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna share that with the support folks. That's mega useful. Thank you for sharing that. I'm gonna do that right now. Uh, yeah. Are you? Is that one of the subcourse that silently fails with a panic error? That's a question there from Marc Andre for you, Josh. Oh no, that's different. Okay. Are there subgraphs that do that, Marc Andre? Do you want to elaborate? I didn't know that. Um, from which I'm just posting in the chat in the support. I have no idea personally. Okay, how did you come across this, Josh? Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, for this one here, that's a moonbeam subgraph, so maybe that's hit by one of these odd moonbeam errors. I'll have to look it up. But I mentioned there was this bug where there's several subgraphs that are reporting that are stalled, and that's something related to grafting that doesn't work anymore in 0.36 and 0.37, I believe. And there's a supposedly a hot fix that is coming up to solve these. But the one that Josh is mentioning, that's different, so I'll have to check.
Got it. Makes sense. Josh, if you wanna share more information about this subgraph, how you found it. You said you've no idea personally. So I'm assuming maybe you're personally not indexing it, but maybe someone on your team is. Feel free to come off mic and just share some more context, if that's helpful. See the typing. We're indexing it, but I don't have good visibility into backend logs. Okay. God visibility. That could have also, you didn't need to edit it. That could have worked as well. Sorry, playing my kid. His daycare is on strike today. That's okay. You know, when duty calls, you must answer. So I appreciate you even being on the call, while also being with your kid as well. That's awesome. So you said your team is indexing this, and has had problems. Can you share more? I mean, you don't have good visibility into the logs, which I appreciate. But can you share a bit more about like the frustrations from the team so I can forward this on to the Edge team? I'm literally writing to them now as we speak. I'm just sharing that no one can close it. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah. I handle all of the allocations. I can't close it ever, as we never get to head, unless we submit last valid POI, and we know it won't be disputed. Okay. Okay, cool. All right, well, let's do this. I'm just gonna put this in the chat here, with with Edge
Yeah.
and then
I looked into it, and I think that's one of the subgraphs that are affected by one of the moonbeam bug that Kate and I were investigating. So unfortunately, I think there's nothing to be done with this subgraph. and I think we'll have to consider this as a deterministic error of the sort, although GraphNode is not flagging it as an error of subgraph error and doesn't flag it as a deterministic error. So the way forward is a bit fuzzy here.
Got it. Yeah, that's a shame. Okay, well, I've just posted in the chat that Kate's looking at this. So yeah, I guess it's deterministic error, as you say. Okay, this is great. Any more that people are having? Cool. Thanks for sharing, Marc-Andre. That's awesome. Oh, that's the error that you're seeing. Cool. Cool. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, it's a shame that there's not much that we can do there. But at least it's flagged, which is good. Okay, any other subgraphs that people have noticed? What indexes you guys are struggling with? It'd be very interesting to hear. And yeah, maybe solve those things. Feel free to share. If nothing is coming to mind, we can also just open up the conversation to a larger open discussion. Is there anything that people want to discuss in terms of like topics that we could cover? I also know that there was some desire in previous episodes where we wanted to just kind of have an open field where people could talk with not much that's scheduled. So I guess this is a good opportunity for that. Is there anything that people want to cover in today's conversation? See Louise typing. Any reason for the GRT IQ break? I don't know actually, because I didn't get any sort of update from Nick beyond the fact that he's going to be taking a hiatus. My impression from the conversation that we did have is that he's very busy. He's got a lot on his plate right now, and so that's probably the reason for the hiatus. He didn't mention how long the hiatus would be, so who knows if it's just going to be a temporary pause while he gets his affairs in order and starts to kind of like have a bit more capacity for the podcast, or if it's going to be a longer thing. I can try and alternative host maybe. I guess. I mean, yeah, he could get someone else on. I mean, yeah, I mean, he could for sure. But I feel like also like GRT is synonymous. And I didn't want to assume. That's very kind of you to and suggest me as an alternative host. But I think I'd love to. If he offered it to me, I would totally do it. I love talking to people and hearing their stories and doing podcasts. So yeah, I'd love to do that. Yeah, I guess it's kind of up to him. I will ask him more about this. It has got me curious about like his yeah, like what's going on and if he needs some help. Happy to put my hand up. Yeah, we love Jamie. Jamie from the Rogan podcast is a useful resource. He's always able yaps. Get it going. Is that the name of my podcast? Able, yeah. Or is that just a general reference? Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I'll follow up with Nick to get some more information, and yeah, happy to circle back on that here. Any other topics people want to cover in terms of general topics for IOH? Happy to walk through. I see Louise typing. Would love to help them market it more. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a fantastic podcast. It does Like the conversations are very insightful. Nick does a fantastic job of not only sourcing his guests, but then also like asking them insightful questions to yeah to get the best out of the conversation. So I'm very curious if he like more support on the marketing front. I'll let him know that. In fact, I'll make a note here to message him about this, because yeah, it's a shame. I really do enjoy the 𝗨𝗪𝗂𝗪 episodes. I hope that this isn't a permanent hiatus. Just gonna make a note here. Follow up with Nick RE podcast. Marketing support and capacity. Okay, I will follow up with Nick on that. Okay, question. Anything came back from the IOH Q&A about failing subgraph that could be anything came back from IOH Q&A about failing subgraphs that could need help? Can you elaborate on the question? Happy to answer that. I see Louis typing. Is there anything that came back from one of our past convos about failing subgraphs? I mean, plenty of stuff has come back, but is there any specific subgraph that you're referring to? Subgraphs that could be needed to help update, make better. So let's actually go through. You mean like from the start, from when we started talking about this via Network Watch? Is that what you're referring to? Like yeah, okay. So, okay, yeah. So if I just pull up the presentation here that has yes, okay. So the Uniswap v3 base subgraph is being optimized now via the builders DAO. So I guess everything on the indexer front is sorted, and it's just up to the subgraph developers to get it optimized. And then the QuickSwap subgraph, there's a bunch of conversation on that in a thread. Let me try to pull that up for you now. Let me see. Lots of conversation. Let's see. There's a lot of chat here, and it's going to take me a while to read through it. But happy to follow up with you on that. Question: any update on plans for deprecating SPS? SPS, transforming them into substreams back to subgraphs. Curious overall. Substreams power subgraphs. Okay. Got it. That's I wonder who would be a good person to, I'm not sure about that. Let me pose that let me grab that question, pose it in a chat. Let me remind myself to post it in the chat, and then I will follow up on that one there. Is there any update on when the crafting nightmare will cease? Oh, well, that's probably a conversation for perhaps maybe someone like what's his name? Why am I blanking? It's oh geez, what's his name? I I really am like, oh, I guess, yeah, Ford would be Ford would be a pretty good person to talk to. But I was thinking about what's his name? We have Lutter. That's it. Jesus Christ. Lutter would be a great person to talk to, and Ford as well. I'm happy to pose that question. Well, is there anything specific though? Vince, can you like maybe be a bit more specific with your question, and I'm happy to pose that to him and then come back to you with the response. Also, my microwave has a window. My OEN has a window. My no dishwasher. My oven, okay, has a window. No dishwasher has ever had one. That's what's going. What? What? What do you mean? Vince, you're a professional troll. That's what you are. What is this question? How can I even respond? He's just wondering about autografting. Okay. If that's on, okay, I'm gonna, just so I don't forget, I'm gonna send that to Ford right now. Ford, where is he? Question from IOH. Autografting. Okay, there you go. I just posed that question to Ford. I will get back to you, Vince, when he responds. Also, Vince, why on earth would you want to see your dishes getting cleaned through some sort of window? I don't understand the desire. You're just going to see a bunch of water splashing around, and it would make no difference. With the oven and the microwave, you can see how your food has progressed in terms of becoming more warm and ready to consume. Whereas with the dishwasher, like I don't get it. It's called autism people. Don't shame me. Okay, sorry. I'm so sorry. We're inclusive. I don't mean to be. That's funny. That's really funny. Okay. Index agent is taking care of dependencies. Also, yes. That's hilarious. That's really funny. I see Louis and Enson are typing or slowly building up. Oh, yeah, I guess that's true, Louis. Sure. That's true. Who knows? That could be. It could be a thing. We've got a question here from Vince saying, have there been any POI tests done by anyone with 𝗟𝗀𝗀𝗳𝗀 3? That's a question, I guess, for the wider group. Has anyone done any POI tests with 𝗟𝗀𝗀𝗳𝗀 3? Sorry, I think someone from Pinax done that. How do you pronounce his name? Is it How? Yes. Okay. How? How does it seem to be here? Does anyone know? Anyone from Pinax have any more insight onto that? That'd be pretty cool if you had a minion orchestra playing the celebratory song once the dishes are done. Oh, of course, there's a POAP. It wouldn't be an IOH without a POAP, and it's always in the agenda, folks. But what I'll do is I'll grab the link for you guys and share it. Well within the claim window, so you can grab it for sure. So let me just go ahead and grab it. IOH. I have infinite tabs. This is not good. Here we go. Okay. The phase. There you go. that is the POAP secret phrase. Sorry. So go ahead. Put a window in my dishwasher. That is not the POAP code. Although that's a funny one. I think maybe we should save that for a future one. I like it. So Vince says we have Aragon 3 synced on most chains, but haven't started using them out of fear for potential POI issues. The next hard fork for every chain will only be supported by Aragon 3, though will be forced to move over eventually. Anyone have any perspectives there? I see Anna typing, so I'm assuming she's going to chime in. But she has pretty good visibility with Aragon. I also see Yana. Is that how you pronounce it? Yana is also typing for Pinax. And Vince as well. Sorry, now I was going to make a joke. Feel free to make a joke. And Yana as well. Okay, cool. Feel free to make a joke. There's no... same here. Oh, gosh. Oh, same here in reference to Vincent's comment there. Okay, that makes sense. Anna, I see you just come off mute. Do you want to chime in? Sure.
With Aragon, we are. I know we are testing it, but I have been so derailed, so I don't have much update there. I know that there haven't been any major issues, but I can't comment properly. So we're testing it, and I'll add more detail maybe next week.
There you go. Thank you there for the update there, Anna. Vince says my professional opinion is I don't care about POIs at the moment. I keep logs that I'm behaving. Anything else is the fault of software. And I got the pronunciation right. Thank you. Okay, that seems to be Vince's approach, which is good food for thought. And then Jonathan says, how is comparing POI between Aragon 2 and Aragon 3 for those chains which is still supported by Aragon 2? So hopefully that gives you a clear picture, Vincent, for what how it's doing on Pinax. Thank you, Jonathan, for getting the response there. Really appreciate that. Any final thoughts, questions that people want to share? We're at the top of the hour, but want to make some space for any additional thoughts. Jokes also welcome to as well if anyone wants to write down or say any last jokes before we wrap today's conversation. Alrighty, I'm gonna take the boom. Okay. No way, Vince. That's not real. Is that real? Why would anyone do that? Why would anyone create that? Makes no sense. Oh my god, it's actually real. You know what? I respect that. Vince. Like the dedication to like go out and find it and then post it. That's there are washing machines with Windows 2, but why? Why would anyone do that? Your washing machine has a window? And your dryer? I guess washing machine makes sense. Dryer doesn't make sense though. It's like a TV with just one channel. Man, I love IOH. You guys are funny. So dishwasher makes sense. Oh gosh, I guess yes, Vince, you won. You know what? I'm gonna respect your commitment. You did win. A top. I don't even know what a top loader is, Anna. My washing machine. Does it have a window? I don't think so. I don't know. I can't remember the last time I'm traveling, so I can't remember the last time I was at home. Winner of IOH is definitely Vince, for sure. He I miss my window what is a top loader, front loader? These words are foreign to me. I'm so curious. Oh. Oh, yes. Okay. Okay. That makes so much sense. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. And the gifts, where you put the clothes. Thanks for the flashing gift. GIF. Oh, that's funny. And then that's the top loader. Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Dude, Vince, you did a great job. You convinced me for a window on a dishwasher. I am astonished that people have created this. But here we are. Uh, anyways, if anyone has any final thoughts, feel free to type in chat or just shout. If not, I'll take this opportunity. Okay. So what's on the agenda for next week's episode? Dishwasher office house. Jesus Christ. Oh, I love it. I love it. This is funny. I do honestly, I do appreciate IOH. It is always a good laugh. Appliance hours. If we get we will bring about dishwasher or appliance hours next week. Air fryers. There you go. All right, folks. I'm going to take this opportunity to say thank you to each and every one of you for joining today, and we will see you again same time next week, where we have the GraphOps team who are going to join us, tell us a bit more about metrics for the network via their presentation on GraphSeo. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your week, and we'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.